What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my Pittsburgh Panthers football preview for 2016. So talking about a team that went 8-5 overall last year, 6-2 in conference, good for second in the Coastal, just behind North Carolina. So start with the first of my three key players, and I got James Conner. One of the great stories of the offseason, able to come back off of his chemo treatments, and cancer's gone for now, so that's actually really good to hear. And then he also had, I believe it was season-ending MCL surgery last year as well. So see if he can return to his 2014 form where he was one of the best running backs in the country. Now, they also do have a good 1-2 punch if Connor's able to come back successfully with Quadri Olson, who was actually a very good running back last year for Pitt. So my second key player is the quarterback Nathan Peterman. Emerged as one of the better players on the offensive side of the ball last year. Actually, should be one of the better quarterbacks in the ACC this year. The big question for him is, do they have the receivers necessary to be able to make this passing game go this year? And I mean, the passing game wasn't bad last year by any means, but it seemed like some of the better teams that they played were able to figure out that as long as you lock down Jesus Christ. Name's Tyler Boyd. Name was escaping me there. But it seemed like a lot of teams would just lock down Tyler Boyd and they really didn't have much else to go or much other places to go. But also, Peterman is one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the ACC. 61.5 completion percentage with only one interception last year. All right, so my third key player is Jordan Whitehead. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball to talk about Whitehead for a little bit. He is the star of this Pitt defense, one of the best freshman defenders in the country last year. Should be one of the best safeties in the country as well this year, at least in the ACC. They got leaders at all three levels on defense. Edgewan Prince, Matt Galambos, and Jordan Whitehead. They also have two other players in the secondary that you should watch out for: Ryan Lewis, Reggie Mitchell. Ryan Lewis, probably the leader at cornerback opposite Avonte Maddox, and then Reggie Mitchell, the other safety opposite Jordan Whitehead. So move into the first of my two X factors, and I'm going to start with really just James Conner's health and his ability to return. I mean, if he's able to come back like full strength, I mean, I don't know about full strength, but even like close to it, that gives this Pitt team a huge boost. But that's also a big if this year. James Conner, again, 2014, one of the best running backs in the country, no doubt about that. And again, MCL surgery last year, obviously all the cancer treatments, but this dude's as motivated as anyone I've seen in college football. So I think if anyone can do it, he can. So my second X factor is the passing game. Again, I truly believe in Nathan Peterman. I think he will be a great quarterback this year. But two guys in Dontez Ford and Zach Collingsworth will be extremely important to Pitt's success this year. Both of them, I think, are talented, but both of them are not extremely tested. Again, they lose Tyler Boyd, which is going to hurt a lot. One of the best receivers in the history of Pitt football. But anyway, move on to my trap game for Pitt. And I think it's going to be Virginia. There's just something in my mind about the Virginia game that I won't say it won't bode well for Pitt, because I think they will be the favorite heading into that game. But, they played UVA pretty close last year. UVA was an up-and-down team, and looks like they'll be the same way in 2016. UVA, similar style offense to Pitt, so might be able to match up well. And then they do have to go to Charlottesville for that game. So my biggest game for Pitt is North Carolina. Probably was their biggest game last year as well. North Carolina, they got to go on the road, their first ACC game of the year, and it comes right after the Penn State game and Oklahoma State, which obviously neither of those games are going to be easy. But after that, it seems like Pitt's schedule kind of lightens off a little bit, aside from the Clemson game. That one's a rough one. But anyway, moving to my record prediction for Pitt, I think they're going to go 7-6 this year. I know that probably doesn't sound too good to Pitt fans because this team does probably have the ability to win 10 games, but this is not a friendly schedule this year. I mean, in conference, they got to go to Clemson, to Miami, to UVA, and to North Carolina. And they have to face what will be better Virginia Tech and Georgia Tech teams, and then also Duke at home. With the combination of Oklahoma State and Penn State out of conference, this team is facing an extremely tough schedule this year. I think that they will, if I can name out the wins, obviously Villanova. I think they'll take one of the three against Penn State, OSU, and UNC, but that's probably it. They probably will head into the Penn State game as favorites. And Marshall, I think they'll be able to take that one, which would give them 3 wins. Georgia Tech and UVA, I feel like they're going to get one of those two. Puts them at 4. Virginia Tech, I think they can win that. I actually do think they can win that game, which puts them at 5. Miami, Clemson, I think will be a 2-game losing streak, and then I think Duke and Syracuse, they can round out the season with 2 wins there, and maybe a bowl loss to finish off the year, or 6-6 with a bowl bowl win to finish off the season. I feel like 7 wins is the type of year the Pitt's going to have. So that pretty much does it for my Pitt preview for 2016. Tomorrow I'll be coming back with Wake Forest, Navy, and Duke. So staying in the ACC for a little bit. But that's pretty much it. See ya.